I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and this is Saturday, the 1st of September 2018. I'm just putting this up, and I hesitated about putting it up. In fact, I started to yesterday morning, and I thought, no, I won't put this up because something was missing in it. The equation, and the more I tell, the more I think. I don't know. I've been telling about mind control murders for a long, long time and the Trailor files and what you could do with mind control. And now it's to a degree that's so far out, it involves zapping, and really, there's a little bit more to it than that, than putting chips in you. But anyway, it used to be done on ham sets and teach you the Morse code at a low level you're not aware you're getting. But now then, for a long time, they've had satellites and all this. And now I understand that you can do it using computers, of course. Now, if you start getting into this, the way they make it work is they associate, if anybody, like the shooters, but it can be the people that mowed somebody down in trucks and died of cancer or supposedly committed suicide. This is how powerful mind control is. Back to the Trailor files, and I put that up over and over. I went back, I started doing the book, medical malpractice book, and I referenced the Trailor files. They were stolen. This is the Illuminati, Freemasons that have it, and they don't want to find cures for illnesses. What they're doing, the economy depends on training doctors, nurses, salary, payroll, inventory that you should see anytime you walk into a doctor's office or hospital. Look at the new equipment and all this, and I couldn't believe it when the hospitals I worked for, I was doing payroll, inventory. Well, I don't know what happened there. Inventory, yeah, inventory and payroll. I said inventory and payables. And after I left there, I went back trying to find my children to Atlanta, and I went down Windy Hill Road where Urban Medical was. It was brand new when I went there. It just opened. Well, I went there 2 weeks before it opened. And it had moved up to, as you turn into Windy Hill. And it's a great big place now, and it's cancer research. And I thought, isn't this odd that I work with them and for them, and now I've been telling this about they already have cure, like, and here they come up with Cancer Research Center. Urban Medical did. It was owned by three, I believe. They were Jewish out of New York, were the owners. Anyway, really, when you're talking about, and I don't know, I'm not going to say anything other than Jerry Lewis Telethon is an example. My husband, who knew a lot, and I just now pick up the pieces he kind of left, like Hansel and Gretel, leaving little bits and pieces, and you put it together lately. After. But anyway, now I've lost my train of thought. Wow, nice day here. Anyway, what I was going to tell, I'll just get to this. The Jerry Lewis telethon. He mentioned that in a roundabout way when I was doing the book. And, of course, stop and ask yourself, and people really don't, why have all that money that's poured in, and I'm just using that as an example. I mean, look at all the heart, the women's movement for breast cancer and all of this charity that goes into hospital and all this, and it goes into the funding, and if there's research, the part is they've already had the cure. uh, the Tesla files before 1930. If he had it and they were stolen in 1930, then this was put together way back. I'm going to use this, and this is getting away how you can use it to cure or create illnesses. Back to King Ferdinand, when he was shot and his wife was shot, they were and killed by a program shooter way back then. So they had use of mind control, hypnosis, and then Rasputin that within the royal family there. By the way, they have created such a mess and defamed the royal family there. And that was Anastasia, the real Anastasia that went through hell up here in Charlottesville, and she was murdered. And I had papers to prove that, and nobody would touch it. Anyway, I wanted to get to this. All this money going into research, they're just putting it into, they put some of it to make it look good. Your pharmaceuticals stop and think if they went out of business or, you know. So that's what makes everything flourish to a degree. Now, back, I was talking about mind control, and I was writing about the book in '78 when Larry Flint was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and I was in Marietta. And I'm skipping all the other because sometimes I give background and it's redundant, but if this new person picks up the video, they wouldn't know where I'm going with it or get the point. All I'm going to say about this, I started putting it up and then I thought, no, I won't. Because actually, I didn't have a component because the driver would have to be under my control or somebody just behind him. And I don't. Anyway, I'll just say this. This morning, I was watching Channel 10, NBC Local, and they were saying that they had been telling the last couple of days since that happened, the Greyhound was hit by a tractor trailer, and it killed the Greyhound driver, and 8 people are dead, plus others that are hurt, but there were twins. I don't know if they were just born or what, but they were not killed. And I don't remember if they said the mother lived or what. It's the point in all this is twins. And I'm not kidding, you know, I'm not making this up, any part of it. I haven't been able to tell most of what's even happened to me, and it's so hideous in my kids. But anyway, I thought I was helping people by telling it, and I don't know. Kind of backfired on me here too. And then I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and I was kidnapped. I found it out in '83, and about my dad, what happened to him, and about all. Well, I've put this up, so excuse me. I'm just gonna put this. Get to the point here. Um, in this, that hit the Greyhound. And it had to cross the line, the tractor trailer, and they said it blew a tire. Now, Channel 10 this morning come back, and they all know this. And I do like, especially one of the newscasts there. He's been here ever since I have in Roanoke, or just about the same time. But anyway, he came on, and he said, was reading a news release, I guess, and said that they were going to see if there was more to that than the blown tire. Well, nobody's going to tell about mind controlling unless you force Congress or the media. All it has to do is the media telling it, and they'll believe it. But I could put this up till doomsday, and a lot of people are caring, but they don't have the power to push it. It would have to go viral or something to force it, and see how it affects. That's what one of the FBI agents, he pretended he was yawning. He says, you bore them. This is back then I realized there's some very nice people here that have subscribed to me, and I appreciate it very much, any work or help you do. Let me make that very clear, because I haven't had it. Now then, back to this. I was speaking to a lady, and I'm not going to mention her name, just the night before that happened, the next day. In fact, I was speaking to 2 people on the phone, and one was from Albuquerque, and one was from not too far from there. It was an important place in the things that have happened. But anyway, it was the point that I was talking to her that night before. Well, I talked to the other lady too from Albuquerque. But anyway, the 2 of them. Now then, I was telling her the one that lived close, I was talking to last, she mentioned something about somebody working for a trucking. Well, I was telling her about my husband and the fact that he worked for the space industry in Huntsville, and then we worked for Lockheed Marietta in Marietta, Georgia, and so he worked a lot of the times in the space industry, etc., in drafting and all this kind of stuff, purchasing. But he also, he ended up, we had a company in Fulton Industrial in Atlanta back when Double Net was going. And anyway, finally went bankrupt. And he had 18 wheeler when he had the company. And so he started driving 18 wheeler for Martin Brower and, wait a minute, R.J. Reynolds, etc. So he made pretty good money and pretty good insurance. But anyway, I'm telling this lady, she mentioned something about something that I didn't know what, if she was an 18 wheeler or what she's speaking of. And I was talking to her. And I told her that, and I hesitate to put this up. My God, they've lost enough in all this. The royal family out of Canada, it's a holding company, and I'm not sure that they still have it. They did up until a few years back, but they own the Greyhound line. I was telling her this, and she knows about me putting all the YouTube and Facebook up, in fact. So she knows that who my father is and how some of the royal family have hurt me. And then there's some, well, I put this up. She knows part of it from reading it. So the very next morning, this bus is hit by a tractor trailer that comes across and smacks it. And it's also close to Albuquerque. And I think it's headed for L.A. But in this whole stuff, and I'm sure there'll be people who will say nasty things, lady, are you nuts, lady? You don't even know what you're talking about. Well, yes, I do. And I hesitated to put it up, especially when it was being blamed on the blown tire. I knew better. But then today, when one of the people at Channel 10 said that there was an investigation further to see if that's really what caused it or there was more to it. So I'm putting it up, and I've only suffered bad consequences from that, from putting all this up. And Larry Flynn, I keep saying that, he was shot by a program shooter while I was doing the book in March the 6th of 78, and I was living in Marietta, Georgia. So I put that up because it was a program shooter, but it's a whole list, and he flew me out there and helped me in the campaign in '83 to replace Larry McDonald, Congressman Doctor, who was supposed to have gone down in the KAL. Well, August 31st of '83. Well, that was what allowed me to get in the special election to replace him. And I'd never met Mr. Flint, but I knew his shooting was done in patterns. So he flies me out there in '83. And I didn't win the election, but I didn't do bad in it. But that was it. He furnished me a car for a year, and then my husband worked for R.J. Reynolds. He died, and let's put it this way. It's all illegal, but I never even got the money from the policy, and it was mine. Oh, yes. So the person that got it was guilty of all kinds of crimes involved in this that happened to me. But they're living good unless she's died in the last year. So I'll leave that because I've tried, and I'm kept penniless and a pauper, really. And I'm going to leave it at that because what I've said is true, and this is so widespread now. I mean, people can Google mind control. They may not like to hear the truth, but I didn't know until I got into writing it. I found out about my father. I was telling about chips being put in people and root canals, and that's part of how you do it. and the Tesla file stolen. And I was telling that back then, and Donald Trump, of course, I didn't know who Donald Trump was. Supposedly, his uncle, who works for MIT, professor, helped steal the files from Tesla, but the Illuminati stole them. That's exactly, because this goes further than mind control. You should check it out. You can Google it and find out some of it. Anyway, the FBI were supposed to have gotten the files, and the Philadelphia experiments was part of the file stolen, but this is something that technology they had way back then that they didn't tell you about. But anyway, I Googled the other day to make sure that it was Trump's uncle that, with the Tesla files that stole them. And I thought, this is odd that I'm telling about Tesla files in writing back in '76, and fast forward here, Trump is president now. There's a lot of things, well, in Revelations, I wasn't that biblical, okay, till I started researching who my dad is and about my kidnapping. And one thing that falls into place, and I'm telling about the global government that kidnapped me, Illuminati and Freemasons, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergers, part of my own family, the Windsors, some of them were involved in it. Thank God all of them are. There were some maybe more on the outskirts that helped, but I do believe that there was some within the inner family that tried to help me. Elizabeth went off and she represents the Illuminati, and she's illegal. Her father was illegal. But after they took my father down, there's treaties involved, I'm told, that were very important. He wouldn't sign them. So the Illuminati took him down with character assassination. In fact, he wouldn't go along with the Illuminati and take orders, and Uncle George, the illegal six, would, so they installed him, and Roosevelt helped and all this. So, I guess I'm so tired and everything, and lots going on when I get a place to live, and I guess if it's time to go, they make it so bad I have to go, and try to find another place, and the same thing happens unless this is stopped. I'm allergic to chemicals, by the way, so you can run me and I can't get an attorney or anything. There was something else I was going to tell about that, and I can't think what it was, but the Tesla files and all that. But I'll just end it here. I wanted to put up about the 18-wheeler crossing and smacking the Greyhound, and I'm very sorry. I wish those things hadn't happened. Especially, and I'm going to say especially, if there's part of my family who are trying to help me, and I think perhaps they are. And thanks for the people that have contacted me. It's the first I've gotten the last few days that are voiced their hoping that things turn out for me, and etc., etc. And I'll leave it there, but I've only told the truth. That's all I've told them. That's all I've told. I couldn't make it up. If I was going to make something up like this, oh God, it would have taken research, and I would have already gotten it published and be a millionaire. First of all, they're not going to publish this. It's the truth. And if America is so proud, and look what is happening to Elizabeth and to Megan and to that whole illegal family. And nothing against Megan. I don't even know if she knows about me or who I am. But people are so in love with the royal family that's illegal. So I'll stop here. The fact about the Greyhound bus, and oh God, I hesitate to put this up anyway.